Yeah, then they said we should buy the land. You know, they said we should not. No, they said they will give us the land as a gift, deed of gift, but we should pay a very large sum of money. Finally, we settled down in giving them 7 million. 7 million. Then we brought surveyors who surveyed the land. We paid 3 million for a survey. By that time now, from 17 million, the land has reduced to 13, from 17 acres, it has reduced to 13 acres. See, we pay the money because we want a peace of mind. With all these other conditions now, that's how the school was not running. The school was not very popular with the community. So, but when we were able to organize our relationship with the community, then also we started getting very good results. We started getting very good, even challenging a well-established Catholic school like St. Augustine. Quickly, we started even defeating them. You see? So that's why we got several educators. At the airport, we have so many people there. All over the country, we have, even the military officers, we had 16 by the time I was leaving. The very year I was leaving, IPAM alone, 11 children entered IPAM. The year I left, all of them have got a degree now. How we were able to establish the Jama afresh. What the mission gave me 800,000 to get a house, but near the school. So we got an unfinished house, which the house in front of the school, on that building. We finished it. It was roofed. We made all the ceiling, the floated, the plastering of the walls, all the doors. Then we built toilet for the missionary. The missionary was Hanif, Mr. Hanif, who was later on transferred back to the mission house. So after he had gone, they transferred Fuad Kanu. During the time of Fuad Kanu, we built a buffer, a hut inside the school too, because the Jamaat increased slightly. We used to pray in the veranda of the building. We finished. We rehabilitated. When we built the hut, we prayed there for 1 week, and this plastic sheeting, they were all stolen one night. So we decided we took one classroom from that building. There for that time the school was not so big. That empty classroom we turned into our praying ground. Well, when Mr. Fuad Kanu left, when he was transferred, it was during the war, but the war had not reached Lungi yet. We were still struggling, but he was transferred during the war. Then Movikushi came after the war. That was when the war was declared. Actually, he was who helped in creating inside the Jamaat group, to the extent that the Jamaat group. So, and even he went back and got some. I think he got people to help him to build more mosques in Lokomasama, because Lokomasama was okay. Although they didn't have missionary, and that was their goal. They said, in Lungi you don't have many Ahmadi, but the Ahmadiyya mission is concentrating all the effort in Lungi. So So then we were able to during his time, the Tolmoso Jamaat was created. That we built a mosque there. Already the mosque we were able to build purely from actually no at first from all the school fund from the school fund. The roofing was provided by the mission. Then the primary school also was built by us. Yes, the other was donated by the then MP, Dr. Lamin. He said he's prepared his home. He said he was brought up by Kamada Bonge. He became a teacher there, and he was transferred to Prokopro. He went with them. So he gave that school, but at a cost. We spent nearly 700,000 on the mosque. We helped them to finish their mosque. Maloko, yes, yes, Dr. Lamy, yeah, former deputy minister of Education. He actually facilitated.
He's living here on this ferry road.
In Ferry Road, he facilitated in giving us the mosque. But the people requested that we should help finish their mosque. The mission spent up to 750,000. It is actually the school that strengthened the Jamaat. Because when people joined the Jamaat newly, they were not they didn't know that they had to make sacrifices. But in order to keep them there, we wanted to keep them there. The school did a lot. Even to go for the JASA, the school used to hire a vehicle. We used to hire a vehicle for them to go, the Kudam. We used to normally have 3 vehicles. One vehicle from here, when I used to hire one vehicle, Ed used to hire one vehicle for Tolmoso Jamaat. Then 2 of us used to hire a vehicle for the Kudam. Sometimes the Kudam used to go early. But later on, with some development, during the time of Mr. Nahim, Movi Nahim, they started paying small. And we used to just top up now. The first interesting incident which made us to laugh silently was when Movikushi was invited to read Khatam Quran for a deceased, for the deceased husband. So we went there and Movikushi agreed to read the Quran. So they collected a lot of money. So they checked all those readers and checked the big alphas, they were seated. Then they handed over the money to Movikushi. Movikushi called the widow, the lady who had survived, whose husband had died, and gave all the money to He said, how many children do you have? I said, I have so many children. Oh, well, this is what we have got from the reader of the Quran. Take care of your children now. So those alphas, big alphas, they were so angry, but they didn't know what to do. So some of us who knew that Aberdeen was against collecting this money and chopping it, we will laugh silently. Then we will left one by one. Then we left them there. Then they supplied the food. Then the other funny thing, one Tabligh man, I think they were other Ahmadis from Afghanistan. They were staying here. So one day they engaged Movikushi. So, but this man was saying Rafa. But they were speaking in their own language. I didn't understand. So Movikushi said, Rafa. It's like that. Actually, the thing was, I think Jesus Christ rose to the sky. So then Mafiku said, "Warafana laka zikraka." He quoted from the Quran. Oh, then that ended the conversation. Kufar, kufar. He went away. uh, uh, the challenging things
As a principal.
as a principal, you know, when you are a principal in a school, you are like the oasis in the desert. Because especially when we came newly, the pay of the teachers were very low. Even myself, I was getting below 100,000. So the teachers wanted so much from the school fund, and we were using this school fund to develop the school. So we went through some of those things, and also there was this problem of this ethnicity. My tribe is different from theirs, so those are some of the challenges. They didn't want to take me as a human being, Mohammed Idrees. Sometimes they wanted to take me as a Mende man. So these were some of the problems I faced. And politics, normally they associate Mendes with SLPP. And but I used my SLPP very well. I was able to bring the first lady inside the school. The first lady, Madam Tijan Kaba, during the days of SLPP. Then I was also able to win NASCA project, which refurbished the whole school and finish one building. So the current Minister of Energy and Power, Kanjase, was my schoolmate. At the time I became principal here, he was also head of the old Bullom Ahmadiyya Boys Association, Bausa. So now he was head of NAXA. And NAXA was a government agency that was rehabilitating schools, building hospitals, and so on. So I went to him. I said, "Do come and help your mission. Although you say you are not an Ahmadi Muslim." Yes, I want to help them, but that's what I'm going to tell you. Go and invite Peter Penford. He said most of the money we are using in NAXA is from DFID. It is British money, and Peter Penford is the chairman of the fund. He was a high commissioner from Britain. So I went to the primary chief Kumkada, who invited Peter Penford to the school. At that time, we had already started that meeting building. So he came and we explained our problem to him. He came with Kumkada. In fact, he walked from Maera to Ahmadiyya Secondary School. He didn't go into any vehicle. He wanted to know the terrain. So when they arrived, I read the history of the school, the problem we are facing with building, and so on. I told that we had already started a structure, a 10 classroom. So he sat down there. Although the foundation was already laid, he also tried to lay the foundation. Took his picture and I sent the picture with the request for the project request to the head of NAXA, Kajasi, who is now Minister of Energy and Power. Quickly he sent somebody. They rehabilitated all the whole school, and finished. They rebuilt that 10 classroom, which we named Peter Penfold Building. It is written there. Those are some of the happy moments. The saddest moment is when the government changed. People who wanted to take me out of the school because they wanted to become heads of school, they held meetings against me in Masuela, down Masuela, labeled me as SFP, and Mende man want to Mendenize the school, make the school SFP. So they set team of auditor, an auditor came and sat in the school for 3 months, checked me. I was not caught. After that, a group of other auditors came from Parliament. Those are sad, very difficult moments for me. They came to ask me so that I would ask verbatim some of the queries which I had answered. Not caught, they were not able to imprison me. One day, the chief education officer arrived in the school with one politician, with a paramilitary police with a gun, to give me a letter that I should hand over within 40 days. I said, well, I'm so important. Why? Under the chief, you have all these chancellors of university, big schools, they are all under the chief education. He walked into this school. So I got this letter, then I got a call from ADC one to the former president, President Anes Bakroma, STCC. He was ADC one, so Yama Kone STCC. He was a lawyer from this school. He called me and said, don't move at all. I have spoken with the minister. I said, the minister, they didn't even know. I said, no. I said, the battle has started. You are here and I'm there. I'm a stranger. I don't want to continue fighting with them. So also that will disturb the school. So I left. So
That was which year?
2013, I think. 2013. So I left. I should have left within 40 days. But somebody, the chairman of Board of Governors, came and told me that I should hand over within 8 days. Myself, I didn't wait for the 8 days. I just packed my diary, 1 or 2 things, I left. First, I have 2 wives. 1974, we have 4 children. The wife belonged to, the family came from Pujaun district, but they are well established in Kenema. So we had 4 children. In fact, I moved with her to Kailahun. When the Lord fell on me to go, I didn't really want to go to Kailahun because I myself, I wanted to be principal, because already was about to leave. So he said he didn't want me to leave at all. So I went with her to Kailahun. It was the rebels who drove me there. But when I came to this town, my wife, I wanted to come with my wife. He said, no, see, we went to Kailahun and the rebel would have killed us. I'm going to stay in Freetown now. I'm not going to anywhere again. So when I came, she refused to come with me. So that I didn't want to create a vacuum in my life. So I took another wife. Ethel is the second wife. With her, no, 6 now. 4 with that, 2 with Ethel. This is my brief history and encounter with Ahmadiyya, my mission. I would like the viewers to pray for me and my 6 children. I want one of my brothers who stayed with me. I want viewers to pray for me. I want to preach him to become Ahmadi Muslim. When he comes, he's coming on Sunday. Mubashir Idrees. He stayed in London for a long time, but he's coming back. Well, I will have the job done by Hassan Tijan. Because Hassan Tijan accepted Ahmadi Muslim when he was a small boy.